The rain began as a whisper against the glass walls of the studio, soft at first, like a secret no one wanted to admit out loud. Inside, the lights were dimmed, not for effect, but because no one had the strength to brighten them. It had been 3 days since the news broke, and still, the silence carried more weight than any headline ever could. No one said his name anymore. Not because they forgot, but because saying it made everything real. Wang Yibo stood alone near the back in trance, dressed in black, his hands buried deep in his coat pockets. He hadn't slept much. It showed in the faint shadows under his eyes, but more than that, it showed in the way he stood, still, unmoving, like if he shifted even slightly, something inside him might break loose. Across the room, Zhan sat on a low stool, staring at a blank piece of paper. A pen rested in his hand, unmoving. He had written and erased the same line so many times that the paper had begun to tear. Neither of them had spoken since they arrived. They didn't need to. The grief between them was loud enough. The tribute wasn't supposed to be like this. It had originally been planned as a celebration, a surprise stage, a montage, a moment of laughter and memories. But everything changed overnight. The music was stripped down. The scripts were abandoned. The lighting was softened. What remained was something raw, something fragile, something real. A single spotlight flickered on at the center of the stage. A microphone stood there. Alone. Just like he was now. A staff member approached them quietly. "We're ready." Neither of them moved. For a moment, it felt like time had frozen, suspended between what was and what would never be again. Then Zhan stood up. Slowly. Carefully. As if the world might shatter beneath his feet if he moved too quickly. He walked toward the stage first. Wang Yibo followed a few seconds later, his steps quieter, heavier. When they stepped into the light, the room shifted. The silence deepened. The audience, composed of close friends, staff, and a few invited guests, didn't clap. They couldn't. This wasn't that kind of moment. This was something else. Something sacred. Zhan reached the microphone first. He looked at it for a long time before speaking. His lips parted, but no words came out. He swallowed. Tried again. Still nothing. The weight of everything pressed against his chest like an invisible hand. Behind him, Wang Yibo stepped closer. Not saying anything. Just, there. And somehow, that was enough. Zhan let out a shaky breath. I thought I knew what to say, he began, his voice barely above a whisper. I wrote so many things. Practiced them over and over again. He paused. A faint, broken smile appeared on his lips. But now, I can't remember any of it. A soft ripple moved through the room, not laughter, not quite sadness, but something in between. Something human. He looked up, his eyes glistening under the light. He would have laughed at me for this, he said. He always said I overthink everything. That did it. A few quiet chuckles broke through the silence. For a moment, it felt like he was there again. Like nothing had changed. But then reality settled back in, heavy and unrelenting. Wang Yibo reached for the second microphone beside him. He didn't look at the audience. His gaze stayed fixed somewhere beyond the lights. He hated serious moments, he said, his voice calm but strained. Every time things got too emotional, he'd find a way to ruin it. Another pause. A memory flickered behind his eyes. And now, look at us. This time, the silence wasn't empty. It was full. Full of everything they couldn't say. The screen behind them lit up suddenly. A soft melody began to play. Images appeared, snapshots frozen in time. Laughter backstage. Late-night rehearsals. Unplanned moments caught on camera. A smile that seemed too bright to ever disappear. Zhan turned slightly, watching the screen. His breath caught. There was this one night, he began, his voice trembling. We had just finished shooting. It was past 2 a.m., and everyone was exhausted. The image on the screen shifted. 3 figures sitting on a rooftop, city lights stretching endlessly behind them. He insisted we go up to the roof, Zhan continued. Said the stars looked better from there. A soft chuckle escaped him. There weren't even any stars. Wang Yibo's lips curved slightly, just for a moment. But he didn't care, Zhan said. He said, "If you look long enough, you'll start to see them anyway." The room fell quiet again. But this time, it wasn't heavy. It was gentle, like the memory itself. Wang Yibo stepped forward. He had this way of making everything feel lighter, he said, even when things were falling apart. His voice tightened slightly. I didn't realize how much I depended on that, until it was gone. The music swelled softly. The images shifted again. A clip played, grainy, unfiltered. 3 voices laughing uncontrollably over something trivial. It echoed through the room. Through the silence. Through the emptiness he left behind. Zhan reached out instinctively, gripping the edge of the microphone stand. "I keep thinking," he said, his voice breaking. "What if I had called him one more time?" The words hung in the air. Heavy. Unanswered. What if I had said something different? Done something different? Wang Yibo shook his head slightly. "There's always going to be a what if," he said quietly. "But he wouldn't want us to stay there." He looked at Zhan then. For the first time since they stepped on stage. He hated regrets. Zhan let out a small, broken laugh. "Yeah," he said. He did. The music softened. The images faded. The screen went dark again, leaving only the 2 of them under the spotlight. Wang Yibo reached into his coat pocket. He pulled out something small. A folded piece of paper. He held it for a moment before speaking. "He wrote this," he said. "A long time ago." Zhan looked at him, surprised. "He told me, if anything ever happened, I should read it." The room stilled. Even the air seemed to pause. Wang Yibo unfolded the paper carefully. His hands trembled slightly. But his voice remained steady. "If you're hearing this, it means I probably did something stupid again," he read. A soft ripple of laughter moved through the room. Tears followed right behind it. "Don't make that face," he continued. "I can already imagine it. Zhan is probably crying. Wang Yibo is pretending not to." Zhan covered his mouth, a sob escaping despite his efforts. Wang Yibo paused for a moment. Then continued. "I don't want a sad goodbye. That's boring. If you're going to remember me, do it properly. Laugh at the stupid things I said. Argue about the things we never agreed on. Stay up too late and talk about nothing." His voice wavered slightly now. "But most importantly, keep going." The words lingered. Soft. Powerful. Unavoidable. "Don't stop because I'm not there," Wang Yibo read. "I'll still be watching. Probably judging your bad decisions." A few quiet laughs broke through the tears. "Take care of each other," he finished. "You 2 are terrible at it." The paper shook slightly in his hands. "But you'll figure it out." He lowered the paper slowly. The silence that followed wasn't empty anymore. It was full of him. Of everything he was. Of everything he left behind. Zhan stepped closer. Without saying anything, he placed a hand on Wang Yibo's shoulder. A simple gesture. But it said everything. They stood there for a moment. 2 figures under a single light. Bound by loss. But also by something stronger. Memory. The music began again. Soft, almost like a heartbeat. Zhan took a deep breath. "I don't know how to say goodbye," he admitted. Wang Yibo shook his head slightly. "We don't have to," he said. Zhan looked at him. Confused. "We just have to remember," Wang Yibo continued. The spotlight dimmed slightly. The room seemed to fade around them, leaving only their voices, their memories, and the space he once filled. Zhan nodded slowly. "Then let's remember him the way he wanted," he said. A faint smile appeared on his lips. Through the tears. Through the pain. Not with sadness. Wang Yibo finished the thought. "But with everything he gave us." The screen behind them flickered back to life. One final image appeared. Not a posed photo. Not a staged moment. Just him. Laughing. Unfiltered. Unstoppable. The kind of laughter that made everything else disappear. The kind of laughter that refused to fade. The lights dimmed further. The music softened. And for a brief moment, it felt like he was still there. Not gone. Not lost. Just somewhere beyond the reach of the spotlight. Watching. Waiting. Smiling. The rain outside had stopped. But inside, something else had begun. Not an ending. But something quieter. Something deeper. Something that would last far longer than any stage, any performance, any moment captured on camera. Something that couldn't be erased. Because some people, they don't really leave. They stay in the laughter. In the silence. In the spaces between words. And in the hearts of those who refuse to forget. And as the lights finally faded to black, neither of them said goodbye. Because they didn't need to. Not this time. Wang Yibo stood inside, staring at the mirror that stretched across the wall. His reflection looked unfamiliar, like a version of himself he didn't quite recognize anymore. Tired. Haunted. Quiet in a way that didn't feel natural. He hadn't gone home. Couldn't. Not yet. The silence here felt different from the silence outside. It wasn't heavy. It was alive. Like echoes of something unfinished still lingered between the walls. Behind him, the door creaked open. Zhan stepped in, holding 2 bottles of water. He didn't say anything at first. Just walked in slowly, like he already knew words wouldn't be enough. He handed 1 bottle to Wang Yibo. "You're still here," Zhan said softly. Wang Yibo didn't look away from the mirror. "So are you." A small pause. Then Zhan let out a quiet breath and leaned against the wall. "I tried to leave," he admitted. "Got all the way to the car." He shook his head faintly. "But it didn't feel right." Wang Yibo nodded slightly. "Yeah." Silence again. But this time, it wasn't uncomfortable. It was familiar. Like the kind of silence they used to share with him. Zhan glanced around the room, his eyes landing on an old speaker in the corner. "Do you remember this place?" he asked. Wang Yibo finally turned. A faint memory flickered across his face. "Of course. This is where he made us rehearse that stupid dance for 3 hours straight," Zhan said, a soft smile forming. Wang Yibo huffed quietly. "He said we lacked emotional commitment." Zhan laughed under his breath. And then forgot the choreography himself. For a moment, the room felt warmer. Lighter. Like time had folded in on itself, bringing back pieces of what used to be. Then Zhan walked over to the speaker. "What are you doing?" Wang Yibo asked. Zhan didn't answer. He pressed a button. The speaker crackled. And then, music filled the room. A familiar beat. A song they hadn't heard in a long time. Wang Yibo froze. "No way," he murmured. Zhan turned to him, eyes glinting slightly. "Come on," he said. Wang Yibo shook his head immediately. "No." "Yes." "No. He would have forced you." That did it. Wang Yibo sighed, running a hand through his hair. "Fine. But this is stupid." Zhan smirked. "Everything he made us do was stupid." The music grew louder. And slowly, reluctantly at first, Wang Yibo stepped forward. They started moving. Awkward. Out of sync. Forgetting half the steps. Laughing under their breath when they messed up. But something strange began to happen. The more they danced, the more it felt like they weren't alone. Like there was a third presence in the room. Not visible. Not real. But somehow, there. Wait. Zhan stopped suddenly, laughing. "That's not how it goes." "Yes, it is," Wang Yibo argued. "No, it's not. He always spun here." Zhan demonstrated the move. And for a split second, it was perfect. Too perfect. Wang Yibo went still. "What?" Zhan asked. Wang Yibo frowned slightly. That's exactly how he did it."